right, so we are on the reptile farm, but there are more than only reptiles here. These here are bear cuscus from central Sulawesi, and pretty rare mammal, especially in captivity. So there's some breeding trials going on. Very, very interesting. Animals are a little bit nervous, but also curious at the same time because they want food. They're hungry. We may come back in a little bit and give them some food. Alright, good morning. Day 2 on the reptile farm. You know, we're trying to do two things here, trying to share with you at the same time while I'm trying to knock down this business and hammer out this shipment. I'm pulling out animals and I'm showing you, but at the same time I'm negotiating and hand-picking and earmarking these animals as I go. So it's taking a little bit of time. It might even blow over into the third day, but today's the second day. It's the morning time and we're back. This is a very interesting enclosure. We actually did film this before, but it was much different. It's just basically just the water habitat. This has Emodura in it, another type of aquatic turtle, and they expanded here to have this area for egg laying. So there's about 40 animals in there, and I mean, what a great habitat! It's so fantastic. They are turtles, so you don't need, the high walls for the barrier, and it's just a really nice, pleasant thing to look at. It's very eye-pleasing, but at the same time very functional. So anyway, let's get started. I don't want to waste any time. I'm going to run out of time. We got to fly out in a couple of days. So all right, let's get this started. Alright, so from the previous videos, I don't know if you guys remember, those two Nile crocodiles used to be in this enclosure. Now that they've been upgraded into a really big paddock, this now contains fly river turtles. And we have our buddy here, he's going to go in and grab one and show us. Okay. Have him do all the dirty work. But actually, he's an expert. He knows where all these guys are. He knows how deep this is and where to find them. See, here we go. One of the coolest turtles, my favorite. Actually, they actually remind me a lot of a sea turtle, but these guys are 100% aquatic. They're just constantly in the water, swimming around. Very cryptic in there, very hard to see, And the only time you ever really spot them is when they come up every once in a while for air. But very silent swimmers. These are about 4 years old, and I don't know how many are in here, but there's definitely more than one. There's a few, but what a cute little guy. They get rather big as well. And they are starting to figure them out and having luck with some captive breeding. So this one here is a little bit bigger. These guys were confiscated as hatchlings, part of an illegal fish shipment. They were found in there, and so they're all the same age. They're about 4 years old. Indonesia is considering actually issuing some sort of quota as a ranching type project, ranching permit. So in the future, you may be seeing some ranched fly river turtles. However, in the United States, we have the 4-inch rule. So that's not going to help the United States whatsoever. But there is some breeding going on, then there is a possibility of some sort of export quota via a ranching permit. So there is some movement with this species anyway, but cool to see no matter what. So here in the adjacent enclosure have 3 different species of side-neck turtles: white belly, pink belly, and red belly. And one of these guys is going to go in and just kind of select a few just to show. Another really nice enclosure. These are, for the most part, aquatic turtles. And then there's a little sand area there where they can hopefully breed and get up in there and lay their eggs. And this is the white belly species of side neck. You can see how the turtle's neck is, it's really long and it folds right in there to the side. Obviously, that's where they get the name. Okay, so this enclosure right here is specifically for Imidura subglobosa. This is the red belly side neck turtles. It's a little bit deeper here. Okay, there's one. Thank you. So here's these guys. They got the nice coloration here under the bottom. Another side neck. And there's probably quite a few in here, but as he steps around, they're swimming around to avoid him. But very handsome turtle. Okay, these are Papuan giant softshell turtles, Pelochellis bibrani. The export requirements here, these animals have to be below a certain size, approximately 5 to 6 inches. Of course, in the United States, we have federal regulations where we can't take any turtles or tortoises under 4 inches. So there is a small margin there. This animal can come over. This animal down here is a subadult. It's about half grown. This animal cannot be sent out of Indonesia. It's a very big, impressive turtle species. I know there's some turtle enthusiasts out there, so if you're interested, contact me. So another misconception about the reptile farms is that people think that the animals here that are in these outdoor enclosures pretty much just eat whatever crawls into the cage, and they're consuming parasites and parasite loads and everything else. This farm here breeds its own rodents. You can see in here, all of these bins are full of rats and mice. So they are no different than any other rodent breeding facility in the United States. So they're breeding the rodents. They have cricket breeders that deliver. They have chicks, chickens, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's a farm. It's a working farm. So this is where all the snakes are getting their food from these. They're not getting fed, some parasite-ridden toad that was found in the turtle pond. It's not like that. This is their food. This is Bellatorius freri, major skink. Very big, robust skink. They get bigger than this, and they eat a lot. Make sure you have a big supply of food for these guys. But they're cool. And also something else that's not coming around that much anymore in big numbers. Pitayas carnatus, smaller size. Usually once they arrive in the US, I hold on to them for a little while. I clean them up, they feed, they shed, start looking real nice. This one's in good shape actually. I've seen far worse than this, but it just takes a little bit of time, a little TLC, and they tend to polish right up. Radiated Ratsnake. There's kind of just a mixed bag in this enclosure here. It's a couple of those. There's mucosis, Pitayas mucosis. Boiga synodon, dog-tooth cat snake. Probably this is like the only mean one that I've ever seen. But he is in shed too, so that probably is a contributing factor. But there are a few here, and they look to be in very good condition. He's inflating his throat there. He's a little angry with me. Okay, you guys, this is day 2 on the farm. We are done for the day. A little bit of a shorter one as far as video material goes. We are coming back tomorrow for day 3 and the final day. We're going to get into the venomous a little bit, and we're going to hammer out the rest of the business. I need to go through and earmark a bunch of the green tree pythons and things that I want specifically. And that is about it. So we will see you again tomorrow. Subscribe and tune in. I will try to get these videos up as quickly as possible. And this shipment should be coming back in the very beginning of May, probably first week May. So anyway, day 2 done. That's a wrap.